There is a man who never removes his helmet. He speaks maybe 10 words an episode. He doesn't talk about his feelings. He doesn't explain himself. He just acts. He protects. He provides. He sacrifices over and over for a child that isn't even his blood. And somehow, he is the most compelling father figure in modern cinema. His name is Djarin, the Mandalorian. And whether the writers intended it or not, this man is a walking, breathing Stoic philosopher. Today, we're breaking down exactly how, scene by scene. And by the end of this video, you're going to see fatherhood and yourself completely differently. The first thing you need to understand about the Mandalorian is his code. This is the way. 4 words. That's it. That's his entire moral framework. He doesn't need a 300-page philosophy book. He doesn't need a therapist or a men's retreat. He has a code, and he lives by it completely, even when it costs him everything. Marcus Aurelius wrote something almost identical 2,000 years ago. He said, "Focus on what is in your control. Do your duty. Live according to your nature. Everything else is noise." The Mandalorian doesn't read Marcus Aurelius, but he lives him. Now let's talk about Grogu, because this is where it gets really interesting. Grogu is not Mando's biological son. He didn't choose this child. The child was a mission, a job, a bounty. And then something shifted. Mando looked at this small, helpless creature, alone in the universe, hunted by people who wanted to use him. And he made a decision, not an emotional decision, a values-based decision. I will protect this child, whatever it costs. The Stoics called this oikeiosis, the natural expansion of care. It starts with yourself, then your family, then your community, then all of humanity. Mando didn't just find a kid, he found his purpose. And purpose, the Stoics believed, is what separates a man who merely survives from a man who truly lives. There's a scene, and if you've watched the show, you know exactly which one I mean, where Mando has to hand Grogu over. He's found the Jedi. This is what he's been working toward the entire season. This is the mission completed. This is the win, and he can't do it. He stands there, holding this child, and you can feel the weight of it through the helmet, through the armor, through every inch of that screen. He hands Grogu over anyway, not because it's easy, because it's right. That is Stoicism in its purest form. Doing the hard thing, not because you don't feel it, but because your values are stronger than your feelings. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Mando didn't control the situation. He controlled himself. That's the whole game. And if you want to go deeper on Meditations, I'll drop a link to my favorite modern translation in the description. It's the one book I think every man should read before 40. Let's talk about the helmet, because people miss what this actually represents. The Mandalorian never removes his helmet in front of another living being. This is his creed, his non-negotiable, and he breaks it 3 times in the series, each time for Grogu. Now here's the philosophical question. Is that weakness? Is he compromising his values? No. And here's why. The Stoics made a crucial distinction between preferred indifference, things that matter but aren't the highest good, and virtue, the only true good. The helmet is a preferred indifferent. It matters. It has meaning. But it is not the highest good. Love, specifically the love of a father for his child, that is virtue in action. That is the highest expression of a man's character. When Mando removes his helmet, he's not breaking his code. He's revealing what the code was always protecting. Here's what I want every father watching this to hear. You are going to face moments where your code gets tested, where the thing you've built your identity around your career, your image, your pride is going to have to come second. And the question is, what's under your helmet? Because the Mandalorian showed us that under all that armor, under the Stoic silence and the warrior code, there was a father, a man who loved something more than himself. That's not weakness. That's the whole point. Marcus Aurelius ruled the most powerful empire in human history. He commanded armies. He was worshipped as a god by millions. And the pages of his journal, his private personal journal that was never meant to be published, are filled with one thing: self-examination. Am I being a good man today? Did I act with virtue? Did I do my duty? He was the most powerful man on earth, and he was still asking himself if he was good enough. That's your standard. Not perfection, not power. Just, did I do right today? If you want to start living this way, with a code, with clarity, with purpose, I've put together a 30-day morning system based on exactly these principles. Stoic philosophy, abundance mindset, daily intention. It's called the Abundant Monk Morning System, and it's linked in the description. 30 days. That's all it takes to feel like a different man. The Mandalorian and Grogu movie comes out this month, and I'll tell you right now, I'm going to watch it as a philosopher, not just a fan. Because Djarin isn't just a character, he's a mirror. He shows us what we could be if we lived by a code, if we chose something greater than ourselves, if we were willing to take the helmet off when it mattered most. This is the way. And the ancient Stoics would agree. If this hit different, subscribe, because we go this deep every single week. Ancient wisdom, modern life. No fluff,